Hi, I'm back again, and today's a new day. Um, what I wanted to speak about today was the experience and what happened after yesterday's game. Yesterday's game it ended pretty badly. I got my ass kicked, um, and part of the issue there was I started on a game. I did not have a strategy. I just wanted to give it a shot out. All I wanted was let's play a game. And I really wanted to win the game, but I knew it was not going to happen because it's the first time I'm doing it and I'm playing the game after a long time. So, one of the things that we do, it could happen in anything in life. You could learn if you might want to learn to drive a car. You might want to speak in front of people. You may want to travel new places, but you always have to start with the first step. And you're going to screw up, you're going to fail. There is something magical in failing. And the magic in failing is you get emotionally impacted because you get annoyed, irritated, upset. It could be different kinds of emotions that you're going to experience. But those emotions are triggers for you to take a step back and say, okay, so how can I do it better? How can I do it better so that I can have a more successful adventure in what I'm doing? And chess is one example. Chess is some of the easiest ways in which you can express these truths and you can express these methodologies of life. And what I did is I went back, I googled up, and I found this chess academy. And what's really fascinating about this is the model and the framework of learning that they have laid out, which is very much the same for life. Let's say you want to learn how to, or let's say if you want to speak in front of people, one of the first things to do, well, go fail. Go try and speak in front of people. I remember many years back, this is so many years back, I went to Toastmasters. I was maybe 17, 18 years old at the time. And I think you have 7 minutes to speak or something like that. And at that time I was brave. I thought, well, what's the big deal? I speak to people. I might as well go in front of people. I might as well go in front of this group of people and speak. But when I went there, I was tongue-tied. And I think I lasted like 30 seconds. I just mumbled something and then I walked away. But I was really terrified. I was terrified after that. But I never gave up because you know what? I still remember after 20 years how terrified I was to speak in front of people for the first time. Failures have value. They put you in a state where you decide to learn and to grow. So in terms of chess, I looked at this methodology that they have that I'm sharing now. They have the first thing is how to get started. And this is like incredible. It goes into, I'm just going to the website, so it's going to take some time to load, I guess. And let's hope it comes back. Yeah. Well, first thing you need to know is to learn all the pieces. A friend of mine, he called me up. He said, the video yesterday that I presented was incredible because I was misnaming all the pieces. I'm from India, and I think we call the rook that you have here, we call it as the elephant in India. Right, that's what it is. And the knight actually we call it the horse. So one of the first things to do is to learn all the pieces that you have to use in order to play the game. So you have to first learn through the lessons. That's number one. Step number two is, let's go back, and I like the framework that this company has. And then you do a basic planning and awareness. Here's the beauty about planning and awareness is you need to have an awareness of where the pieces are. Like yesterday, I got stuck where I made some moves and I thought, well, the computer was not watching some of my pieces. And it had a better idea than me. And I had no awareness as to where my pieces are and what the exposure it is that I have for my pieces. And then the third one is, once you have this basic awareness, then the third one is to learn how to attack and how to defend yourself. I think attacking and defense mechanisms go hand in hand. You cannot just keep defending yourself. You also have to learn how to attack. I'll give you simplest examples. For many time, I used to drive from downtown Toronto to my home. And the traffic is pretty heavy. What I noticed over time is if I moved to the leftmost lane was moving faster than the other lanes. Well, my wife used to say, what's the big deal? You're going to save like 5 minutes out of a 45-minute drive. And I was thinking, well, it's not a big deal. 5 minutes is not a big deal. But it is the attitude that is more important. Now, let's say if I go into a negotiation with somebody, I'm going to be looking for the gaps when I can just cut in and I can get what I want. Attack is more about attitude in life. It's got nothing to do with just driving or playing chess, because you need to look for your opportunities and you need to take them as soon as you get it. And at the same time, you have to be defensive too. Like, you cannot attack and then expose your back. So the other example is, well, if you don't know how to drive defensively, it's going to be very difficult when you drive in winter. Well, let's understand one thing. Attack does not mean aggression. These are two different things. Attack means you're looking for opportunities and you're taking the opportunities as soon as you get them. Defensiveness is making sure that you watch your back and you're not exposing yourself, or at the same, or I would say making sure that you know when things are going against you and you are trying to protect yourself. The simplest thing would be, let's say you're investing in the market and the market goes down. You need to know when to cut your losses. That's part of your defensive mechanism. Now, if you're very defensive, you're going to go cash all the time, you're never going to make money in the market, because you also need to create opportunities for yourself where you're investing in it. So you have to know when to buy in, when you also have to know when to get out. Simple thing. And the other part is advanced strategies. I'm sure there is different ways of executing or progressing towards any goal in your life. And advanced strategy seems to be an ambiguous term, but I'm pretty sure that if I went on this path of trying to learn chess, there would be strategies that I might not be able to understand today. So it's a pretty good thing. So for me, when I look at this website, it gives a very pretty good layout of how do you progress in any area of your life. Getting started is important. You need to know all your pieces. You need to know where you stand. You need to know the mechanics of taking action. The second section would be, you also need to know how to plan, and you also need to know where you are. You also need to know what your exposure is. You also need to know what opportunities exist and how to look for opportunities that exist. and then you need to attack, you need to defend. Again, attack does not mean being aggressive. Aggression and attack are two different things. Attack means looking for opportunities and taking them as soon as you see them. Defensiveness means watching your back and also knowing when to cut your losses, also knowing when to stop. And finally, you need to know what your end game is. You need to know what is it that you want so that you know when to call it quits. Having said that, I think this is my end game today. So we are at close to 10 minutes. And this is what I wanted to share today. More for tomorrow.